St. John's survival depends on what's locked in the muscles of his arms, chest, and shoulders. But how can mere muscles move something that massive? Muscle tissue works by contracting, pulling on bone, using it like a lever. These contractions occur microscopically. Each of St. John's muscles has thousands of individual fibers, bundled like wires in a cable. As we age, muscles may get bigger or smaller, but we're born with every muscle fiber we'll ever have. Within each fiber are yet smaller filaments. To activate the muscle, chemicals trigger neighboring filaments to ratchet together, intermeshing like locked fingers. As they slide past each other, the whole muscle fiber shortens. These contractions drive all our muscle movement. Yet the big surprise is that most of us use only about a third of our muscle fibers at any one time, even when we feel we exert ourselves. It's the way our muscles deliver power most efficiently. But if St. John's going to stay alive, he has to do something different and move a rock weighing more than half a ton. He's unleashed all the power in his muscles. St. John heaved a boulder weighing 1,200 pounds, 1.5 times the world bench press record.
Under normal circumstances, there's no way I would have been able to lift that rock, even a little bit, let alone lift it all the way off of my body.
Vincent, don't move! Don't move! Don't move! I'm injured!
St. John could do the impossible because his brain activated all the fibers in his muscles at the same time. The resulting power was so great, he risked ripping muscle from bone. But in a flash of instinct, St. John's brain made a life-saving decision, triggering every single fiber in his arm and shoulder muscles. Together, they fired in one violent push.
Most people can't consciously or voluntarily make their muscles do that. It usually requires some unique situation. An emergency is a perfect example of a situation where you need a great amount of force. Your body synchronizes instantaneously and you get this huge burst.
I'm going to call for some help, okay?
That power carries a cost. In saving his own life, St. John severely hurt his arm muscles.
With the level of pain that I was realizing that I was in, there was blood everywhere. You know, things were ugly.
Hey, you're not going anywhere, all right?
But he survived. We carry awe-inspiring strength in our muscles that we can summon when we're pushed to the limits. But every day, every hour, our bones have to handle huge forces. They take a hammering from normal life. To survive, the human skeleton has evolved a material so strong that no technology can match it. These street gymnasts are among the world leaders at free running, a sport that tests the body's flexibility to its limits. And it's only possible because our legs have high-performance shock absorbers. Running puts a strain on our legs 3 times our body weight. A jump can put the skeleton under stress equal to 10 times body weight. But the body has ways to handle such forces. On landing, leg muscles absorb energy. like giant elastic bands, so we don't simply collapse. The real key to withstanding shock is human engineering that modern technology can't match. Our knees. The knee bones are connected by ligaments, lengths of fibrous tissue that crisscross. As the joint flexes, they stretch. But ligaments are twice as tough as nylon rope, with a combined breaking strain of nearly a ton. At the joint's core, between the two bones, is a remarkable material. Cartilage. A mere fraction of an inch thick, it absorbs the impact's full force. Cartilage shapes the nose and ears and is made of collagen. But in our joints, cartilage has remarkable properties. A weave of collagen fibers is surrounded by 80% water. On impact, it acts like a water-filled cushion. Knee cartilage is so strong, it can bear 7 tons before it gives way. What's more, on the pad's surface, collagen fibers are uniquely arranged to make it almost frictionless. The knee bones roll over one another like well-oiled bearings. In a lifetime, hundreds of millions of shocks pass through this tiny area, a uniquely durable design. The human body is an amazing machine, holding hidden power and flexibility. But what happens when we push bone and muscle beyond normal limits? You'd think serious injury would stop an athlete in his tracks. In fact, our bodies have strength to override normal reactions, so we can ignore damage and keep going. But we only do this by drawing on a very special series of factors. 2 rival college football teams are battling it out.
It was the first game of our season. It was in the 3rd quarter. I was the outside receiver.
Trailing in the game, Cerritos College for fighting to get back on top. The play will have Ryan Petty receive.
I caught what was called a out route, inside upfield. I thought I had gotten shot in the arm and it had gotten blown off. That's what I thought I had done myself. I thought it was something very serious. Some of the most pain I've ever had in my life.
Running full speed, 2 defenders take Ryan down. It's as if a truck hit him, going 20 miles an hour. The impact pulls Ryan's ligaments like rubber bands, causing his right shoulder to separate from his collarbone. Immediately, thousands of pain sensors in the ligaments and muscles fire signals to his brain, telling him of the injury. At this point, most of us would collapse in agony, but Ryan has no intention of quitting and shuts out the waves of pain from his shoulder.
I played for the rest of the game, which would be about a quarter and a half. It was bad, not anything as bad as what I experienced the next couple days through pain because the adrenaline I had pumping, but it was still pretty bad.
Ryan was running on more than adrenaline. Deep in his head, training helped rewire his brain. The way Ryan's brain cells now connect strengthens his resolve. Damage to our bodies causes pain we all sense. But we differ in how we deal with it, how much pain we tolerate.
Where the difference is not in pain threshold, it's in pain tolerance. Is how much will you put up with before you say, that's it, I quit. Football players have a higher tolerance. Clearly that's a learning component. If you're brought up and told that